and things are moving right along. Slowly but surely, we're starting to get the look that is required to not look like a fool up on that pro stage. But before we give you a formal update on how the adventures in the gym, in the kitchen, and all that are going, some random humor with Jeff Alberts. Muscle journey just broke up. This is where it ended. What happened?
1 can of fat-free Pringles left.
1 can, 2 men, and they're both
hungry,
and they're carb. They love carbs, even more so when they're hungry. That's fat-free. All right, we'll let you know how we decided this in a sec here. The one who made it out alive is the one that's gonna update you guys. There we go. I won.
Felt sorry for him.
Says I look hungry.
You guys find everything okay?
Oh yeah, I won. Fine. One of many more victories to come this year, but all kidding aside, focus. Let's focus on what was more of a reshift of my focus this week. And it all started with this set right here. So this was a set of front squats that kind of had, it was an improvised set. I hurt my back squatting, and I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that this rack here, it's a one size fits most kind of rack. And once I get to a certain point with my weight, you compress enough to the point where you're a little shorter, and I get a little shorter, so I can't unrack it the way I intend to. Not as tight up top, and sometimes that causes issues because I can't get a good tightness between myself, the bar, and the floor. So I had the front squat, and I was kind of worried at that point, but we figured it out, and you're going to see we get some good news later in the week when it comes to the equipment we have accessible to us at the gym, which, by the way, is in general is just a great gym. That's probably the one thing. There's one thing that it lacked, and you'll see. It's that random footage here of me foam rolling after my second leg day. And I have 3 leg days again, but they're more like full body days, which means if it's a full body, my lower body is going to be included. So this is just some filler footage so that I can go over some change of plans. I was supposed to do the Team Universe the first weekend in July, but that changed. And the reason that changed is because it would be against the NPC's rules for me to compete in that show. So initially when I started this season, I wasn't technically a pro natural bodybuilder, and that's because all my pro cards had expired. So like a Costco membership or what have you, they expire after a while. You have to renew them and pay your fees. So I was kind of, you could say, a pro in limbo. When I renewed my NGA Pro card, that right there qualified me as an active professional natural bodybuilder, and because of that I'm not eligible to compete at that show. And while it's very disappointing, and I don't think that as a natural pro bodybuilder I am at any advantage when it comes to competing on a national level NPC stage, those are their policies, those are their rules, and I think I would feel uncomfortable breaking them. And I think as to some degree, I have become a public figure / ambassador for the sport, and you have to do the right thing, because if there's one knock, especially over the last few months when it comes to natural bodybuilding, is that a lot of us are cheating, that we're liars. And I think if I broke the rules of another federation, even if I don't necessarily agree with them and think that, again, I'm at any competitive advantage, it's still not the right thing. So just would not feel good about that. So I won't be competing in the NPC Team Universe, but we do have some new goals, and not some new goals, but I still have a lot of cool things that I need to, get off the July bucket list. And it all starts with the USAPL Nationals in Denver, Colorado. And just like we have to prepare for a bodybuilding contest, same goes with powerlifting. So about 4 weeks out, just under 5, 4 weeks and some change away from what is going to be the biggest powerlifting of my life, and it's going to end up being 5 days after the Muscle Mayhem, the pro division, the Muscle Mayhem. Anyways, yeah, I had to test my maxes, so I was definitely a little nervous to see where I was at. It's been a few pounds since I last tested maxes, and I did okay. It was definitely an off day. This was my top squat. This was 401. So 401 pounds. This was a 265-pound bench press, and I was really optimistic that I could get closer to 300, but not today. But I do think it was an off day. This was my second attempt, which I think was in the high 280s, I believe. That didn't go as planned either. And as you can see, Talina, my spotter, came to the rescue, and she's been working a lot with me when it comes to my bench press. She's just become such a technician. One of my athletes too. So I'm her coach, but she's gotten so good at her craft, and I just wanted to throw a random video of her just bearing an awesome squat at her meet a few weeks ago. And again, I have a great supporting cast at the gym. So before we continue on with this mock meet, thank you guys. Talina and my girlfriend definitely helped me stay focused, motivated, and just really help keep a good vibe going in that gym. So after the botch bench press, we went on to deadlifts. I think this was the low 500s. I can't really do the math from here, nor do I care to. This one went okay. As you can see, my head's not doing what it's supposed to. I like to keep it in a neutral position. But yeah, that was pretty off. But we finished off with a 539, so a 401 squat, 265 bench press, and a 539 deadlift. You know, for an off day, I think I'm about 7% stronger than this on a pretty decent day. I'm not too disappointed. So a few weeks to kind of taper, get things together, and I think a good goal for me at nationals would be, you know, mid 1200s in a well managed meet. So again, no NPC Team Universe. We're still bodybuilding, but at the same time, I want to do this powerlifting meet, and a lot of it is just a challenge to myself. You know, prove to myself that I can keep performing at a high level, even while having a little fun on the side, emaciating myself for these bodybuilding shows. So yeah, I think things are rolling just fine, having a lot of fun, and you know, again, just learning to adapt with everything, not just good days, bad days within the diet, but as you can see, some disappointments, but we'll make it through, and still a lot of season left.